Hi guys, Ken Mercer here. In this video today I will be reviewing another product of Fifine Technology. In my last video I reviewed a mixer that was sent to me from Fifine Technology, and they very kindly sent me a USB microphone which I'm going to unbox and do some tests with and review and see how this microphone performs compared to some other microphones that I have here in my studio. So let's get started. Inside here we have the company's business card, Fifine Technology. They have the company website here, the social media contact, and the email to get in touch with them if you need to. Here they have their message to their customer, a welcoming message. Let's take a look at the instruction manual. This is the microphone we'll be reviewing today. This is the K669. If I open up the manual, you see that it's all in color and in English language. It covers the following topics, like what's in the box. It says it has one USB microphone with a 5.9 foot USB cable, one metal tripod stand, and one user manual. It has the contact information. There's something here about the warranty that says if you register the product online within 90 days of purchase, you can get a 2-year extended warranty. There's a little section about the microphone itself, and just an introduction of how it works. It tells you how to install the stand and how to adjust it. Here are some specifications about the power supply and the frequency response, polar patterns, etc. And this microphone can be used with both PC and Apple Mac computers. And there are instructions here, very clear instructions of how to do that step by step. There's a section here about recording software settings. They've given an example of how to set this up in Audacity, which if you were using Pro Tools or Sonar or Cubase, the principle is exactly the same. So the instructions here are very clear, a very good example. They also have an important notice section that tells you about how to set your software levels, selecting the software, positioning your microphone, and how to protect your microphone. Okay, let's take a look at the mic stand. This is made in solid metal, apart from the feet, which are made in a hard plastic. You can open the legs like this and they lock into place. The stand feels very sturdy and stable, very strong. I can put a lot of pressure on this and it doesn't feel like it would break without any excessive force. So it's a very well designed stand. The microphone cable is 5.9 feet long with a USB connector. If you have an Apple Mac computer or a PC, you'll be able to connect this to your USB port, and this microphone will be detected by your computer and will be ready to use within a few seconds. I did this on my PC yesterday afternoon and it automatically found the microphone. I didn't have to do any extra work to make it function. I literally plugged it in, within 20 seconds it was ready to go. This end of the cable is not detachable. Fifine Technologies have obviously thought about the stress point of the cable being here. This is where obviously the most movement is going to occur. So they've reinforced this with a very hard plastic, a very thick connector here. So I think the cable should last a very long time. I can't see this ever becoming a problem. It's very sturdy, and the cable itself is very thick. The microphone is made in solid metal. On the front here it has a volume control, so you can control the amount of input that goes into the microphone. Here you have the attachment piece to be able to put it onto the stand, and that screws into here. If you want to adjust the angle of the microphone, you can do it here using this adjuster. You just unscrew it and you can move the microphone into various positions. and when you're happy with the position you just tighten it back up and the microphone will just stay wherever you want it to be. The microphone also swivels from left to right if you unscrew this little disc. This is made of metal as well, and you can swivel the microphone from left to right. If you wanted to detach the microphone completely from the stand and the stand connector, you could just continue to unscrew this and it will detach completely. So this afternoon I recorded my vocals using the Fifine Technology K669 microphone. I also recorded my vocals with these two microphones that I had in my studio. This one here is the Rode NT2 and this one is the AKG Perception 100. I wanted to have something to compare this little tiny compact microphone with, because if you look at the sizes of these two together, it looks like a miniature microphone. It's really small. The Fifine microphone comes at a fraction of the price of this one too. This one I paid about 550 euros when I lived in Italy quite a number of years ago. The Fifine Technology K669 comes at $27.99 US dollars, $33.99 UK pounds, and $42.99 Canadian dollars. Now each microphone was placed in the same position, in the same place. I sang 6 inches from each mic without a pop filter, and the recording levels are all consistent and the same. I didn't edit any of the recordings in any way, so it's just a raw vocal going into each one. So I'm going to play the parts to you now, but I won't reveal which microphones were used until the end of the video. I want you guys to have a listen and see what you think.
You and me together, nothing feels so good. Even if I get a medal from my local neighborhood. We don't need a castle, we've got castles in the sky. No more wondering why. You and me together, nothing feels so good. Even if I get a medal from my local neighborhood. We don't need a castle, they got castles in the sky. No more wondering why. You and me together, nothing feels so good. Even if I get a medal from my local neighborhood. We don't need a castle, we got castles in the sky. No more wondering why.
Now it's time to reveal which microphone was used in the recordings. Recording 1 was the Rode NT2 microphone. Recording 2 was the Fifine Technology K669 microphone. And of course, recording 3 was done with the AKG Perception 100. So let me know in the comments below which microphone was your favorite and which one was your least favorite, and what your thoughts were about the tests. My opinion of the microphones today, well, my least favorite is the Perception 100, but I knew that anyway because I've had this a long time. This is like a backup microphone for me, or to use as a second mic with the Rode NT2. This has always been the workhorse mic for me, the one I always go to for all of my projects. I do all of my vocals and my acoustic guitar work with this microphone. The Fifine Technology K669 pleasantly surprised me today. Its size and its pricing makes it a very powerful microphone. I highly recommend this to anybody that's on a budget looking for a good quality sounding mic. This does a really great job. I actually preferred the clarity of this microphone over the Rode microphone. I find when I sing with the Rode microphone, it sounds kind of closed, and I have to open up the EQs quite a lot with this one in post-production, where this one seems to be very clear already in the beginning. The raw recording that you can make with this suits my vocals well, so I feel that there was less work to do in post-production. I'm going to play 3 more audio files now, and I have done some post-production work on them. I've added some EQ and some reverb, but I've kept the same sort of EQ settings on each one, so they're not too different. And just so you can get an idea of the kind of sound you could get in post-production with all 3 of the microphones.
You and me together, nothing feels so good. Even if I get a medal from my local neighborhood, we don't need a castle, we've got castles in the sky. No more wondering why. You and me together, nothing feels so good. Even if I get a medal from a local neighborhood, we don't need a castle, they got castles in the sky. No more wondering why. You and me together, nothing feels so good. Even if I get a medal from my local neighborhood, we don't need a castle, we got castles in the sky. No more wondering why.
One final thing I'd like to say about this is the only thing that I didn't particularly enjoy about this microphone was the fact that it has latency issues. For those of you who don't know what latency is, it's a delay between singing and hearing the sound. Now, when you're using a recording software and you put on some headphones, you can use something called direct monitoring within most softwares like Sonar, Cubase, Pro Tools. It allows you to sing into a microphone and directly hear whatever you're singing. Now, when you have a latency issue, it's a delay between singing and hearing, so there are a few milliseconds of delay, and so if you sing and you hear your voice coming a few milliseconds after you've actually sung the vocal part, it's very off-putting, and you can't actually sing a track in time with the music or the track that you're trying to sing with. So it makes recording difficult in direct monitoring. With this microphone I had to switch off the direct monitoring and just sing into the mic. So that's the only thing about it that I didn't particularly enjoy, the only experience I didn't like. But it is a USB microphone. It is very small, it's very cheap, but I love the way it sounds. Even if it doesn't have the direct monitoring possibilities, it sounds really, really good, and I highly recommend it to you guys. Don't forget to check in the description box below for the links to the Fifine Technology microphone that I reviewed today. Share this video with your friends, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you like my work, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next project.